We begin at 4 o'clock with first alert weather. Overnight snow with more lake effect falling this morning made a mess of the Monday commute. Truck drivers in northwest Indiana got stuck because of the icy roads, and you see it wasn't just semis hurting either. We have team coverage at 4 of our snowstorm, the first of the season, so let's start with first alert meteorologist David Yeomans. David, you told us about this winter blast last week, and boy did it come through.
I wish I were wrong, Marie, but quite a start to our winter snow season. You can see over the last several hours, though, the snow has cleared Chicago. Still a few flurries that we're dealing with in LaPorte County, but this is really pales in comparison to the snow that we saw last night and this morning. Here we are zoomed in to LaPorte County, where a few flurries are still coming off of the lake, and those will persist for the next several hours. But that's it. Check out the highest totals that we got. I know in Chicago we missed out on the heaviest stuff, 1 to 3, 4 inches in some cases. But from St. John, Indiana to Heston, Indiana, out in LaPorte County, we saw some 12 to 13 inch totals. Now that this is all tapering off, we just have a cold, breezy evening ahead in Chicago, 27 degrees and clear by 10 p.m. But let's take a closer look at where the heaviest snow fell and exactly why. For that, we're welcoming in our chief meteorologist, Albert Ramon. Albert, it was really quite interesting to see how this played out because Chicago was kind of in the hole between these two systems, right?
Yeah, did you hear the thunder last night?
Absolutely.
A little bit of lightning. May have played a factor why we didn't see intense snowfall in Chicago. You see the band of snow here. Well, I think we hit the tracker out, may show that a little bit. So what we have here is that band of snow coming off of Lake Michigan, and the atmosphere a little bit more convective, right?
Totally.
A little bit more thunderstormy, and that's why it wasn't just pure snow coming in off the lake into Chicago. It was a mixture of snow, some graupel, even a little bit of hail. If it was just pure snow, we could have doubled those snowfall amounts, we think. It was pure snow up towards Kenosha, right? In Wisconsin. And one other thing I want you to see here is here in Indiana, you showed those big totals around places like Cedar Lake area, also Lamenz area, into places like Will County. There is this little spin in the atmosphere. That's a little mesoconvective system that enhanced the snow. And that's why we think in our viewing area, the biggest snowfall amounts happen there. So a lot of little micro meteorology things happening last night on the radar.
And of course, those things are hard to predict even 12 hours out until they're already underway.
You did a good job doing it, though.
You were here last night. All right, Marie, let's get it back to you, and we'll talk about a few more flurries that are coming tomorrow in just a few minutes.
Yeah, you both did a great job preparing us for this storm. Thank you. We'll see you in a bit. Those snowblowers working very hard north of Chicago in Lake County today. The large amount of snow there caught a few people off guard. Our Sarah Mackey's live in the northern suburbs with where they saw some double-digit snow totals. And Sarah, you've been hearing their stories. What did they tell you?
Well, Maria, I want you first to take a look at what things look like right now. In Waukegan, we have major roads open, so are most sidewalks, but the piles of snow remain. People told us that they weren't sure exactly what to expect, so they tried to prepare for the worst, hope for the best, and they say in the end that preparation paid off.
Jim Damiano shovels snow from the front steps of his business in downtown Waukegan after a long night on the couch in the back.
When you own a small business, you don't leave when the door is closed.
His business, Horse Feather, is closed Mondays, but he knew he needed to clear this path so it doesn't turn to ice overnight.
I have been in the Midwest for 30 years, so I wasn't completely surprised at the aberrant weather. I was a little bit surprised at the size of the storm.
Just north in Winthrop Harbor, public works crews continue their own clearing after a long night.
Probably about 2:30 in the morning. It was about whiteout conditions, a little over 2 inches an hour. It was coming down pretty good.
They laid down about 70 tons of salt for this storm, but started the season with 900 tons.
We were ready for a lot. We weren't expecting a lot, but we were ready for it if it came, and it sure did.
One person not as prepared as he had planned to be. Michael Rookty, who sold his truck and plow in the spring with plans to buy a new set. But the snow moved in first. Rookty picking up this snow blower to get him started with hopes a plow can finish the job.
I was hoping there were going to be some storm chasers around looking to make some money, but not yet.
All right, you heard that Winthrop Harbor has about 900 tons of salt right now. For context, that's about twice as much as they use on the average winter. But with this snow starting so early in the season, they're not sure how things are going to shape up. From Waukegan, Sarah Maki, CBS News, Chicago.
Yeah, I'm sure they're doing some salt math this afternoon. Sarah, thank you. Some parts of northwest Indiana saw more than a foot of snow, and that's where CBS News Chicago investigator Tara Molina is. She's in Munster, and how are they doing out there, Tara?
Well, Marie, we watched our first snowfall of the season from across northwest Indiana today, and we caught up with folks in some neighborhoods that saw double-digit snow numbers today.
A massive early snowstorm. You're looking at video we shot across northwest Indiana today. From Gary to Hammond and Munster.
And it was just a blizzard. It was crazy.
The lake effect system we've told you about pummeled neighborhoods like this one in St. John,
I've never seen anything like it in years.
where they saw a whiteout this morning. We caught up with John Ritter clearing his driveway today after his construction job was canceled due to the storm.
Yeah, it snowed all night, and we got like 10.5 inches.
After 25 years in this neighborhood,
I'm used to it. I've been born and raised here, so.
but still telling me he hopes this early storm isn't a sign of what's to come this winter.
I was told that this is historical, the way it came this early.
Now, the good news is we've tracked some pretty clear roads across this area today, but officials say give yourself some extra time and, of course, be cautious if you're getting behind the wheel this afternoon and, of course, headed into the evening. We'll continue to bring you the very latest live from Northwest Indiana in our 5 o'clock show. For now, reporting live in Munster, I'm Tara Molina, CBS News Chicago Investigators.
Thank you, Tara. We'll see you at 5. In the meantime, new at 4, that bad weather in northwest Indiana now being blamed for this mess. A freight train crashed into a semi-truck that got stuck crossing the tracks in Gary. The semi-driver was able to escape just before that train hit. The driver was taken to a hospital but not seriously hurt. The impact of that crash pushed the semi-trailer into a nearby building, and that did cause some structural damage.